The Uber driver just got the Holy Ghost right here in my driveway. This is what happened. I would like to share a funny story with you all. You know that I leave the radio on whenever I'm not here. I always hope that with the deterrence of having noise and a few human lookalikes, you like to think that if somebody has malintentions and they drive by, casing your place, then hopefully the fact of the noise along with the someone being home in my mannequins might be a deterrent from any possible riffraff, right? Well, listen, that does not work with our delivery lady. We call her Debbie, Delivery Debbie. That's not her real name, but that's what we call her. And she is and in this small town, she is the lady if you need something delivered. And so as she brings by our Tractor Supply order, she looks around. She sees that Lester's not here. She also knows that that music that's just jamming, she has found herself in the groove. But what you don't know is the only radio station that works here that with a good signal is Christian radio. And so Delivery Debbie caught herself jamming to some good Christian music, y'all. And I like to say that Delivery Debbie got herself the Holy Ghost right here in my front yard. This is hilarious. I've just got Lex from football practice. And I'm like, you hungry? He goes, yes, take me to Raising Cane's. I'm like, Raising Cane's? He goes, you don't know Raising Cane's? So we had to GPS Raising Cane's. We get here, and he goes, he knows just what he wants. Can I show him?
Yeah.
He wants the Caniac. Hey, I says, you know what? At least it's not drumsticks. So the Caniac it is. Okay, we're about to find out what is so special about this Raising Cane's. Can you do me a favor and open that up? I want to see what is so darn... Guys, he says he eats here all the time.
Look at that.
Okay, so I see chicken tenders, Texas toast, French fries. Wow.
The cane sauce.
And you have your dipping cane sauce, and supposedly everyone knows about the dipping cane sauce. Okay. Well, guys, before I get on the road, could I ask you about football camp real fast?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me the most wonderful moment of your entire football camp. If there was one defining moment.
Well, on Tuesday and Thursday, it was like not really a defining moment, but all around on Tuesday and Thursday, they were both defensive days for us.
Okay.
And the coaches were impressed with the way I played defense on both days.
Okay. So coaches were impressed with the way you played defense on both Tuesday and Thursday, which were your defensive days. And then how do you think that you did overall on offense?
I think I did really good on offense.
Okay. And then like you also said in this video, because I'm driving now, you also said that by the end of the week, the coach already divided you guys up into who you think is going to be A and B teamers.
Yep.
And where'd you go on that list?
The A team.
A team! And if you guys don't know this, Lex goes to a very big school. And so I've always talked about how much harder it is to make an A team when you go to a big school, because the bigger the school population, the more athletes you have to choose from. And when you have so many athletes to choose from, well, obviously there's more competition, and the more competition, the better you have to be. And so to make an A team is tough. To be a starter on an A team is even tougher. You know that, right? And we were very blessed last year. So in case you're wondering why we do so much work, prep time, or you're saying it's prayers, before you do so much prep time and stuff, why would you do so much prep time as far as our off season and our little training camp? It's so that he can be the best that he can be. Not only conditioning wise, but also on a skill level. Well, I'm proud of you. Enjoy your Raising Cane's. Guys, I will admit that does look delicious. It looks amazing. Hey, you want to hear something dumb real fast? Remember how I thought I was going to lose weight and with my doctor's appointment? Guess what? I gained 3 pounds.
There's no way.
I know. That's what I said. There's no way. How did I gain 3 pounds after all of that work that you and I did for the last 2 weeks? I don't get it for anything. But too many burgers. The thing that scares me the most about ever leaving the property is what I'm about to show you right now. As I'm backing up, there's a feller who's walking by. Now guys, I don't know who this is, and I cannot say he may have fallen upon hard times. But you can see look in his left holster. He has a holster on his left side. He has himself a handgun, and which is fine. You are allowed to open carry here. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But you see these guys walking by sometimes. Jamie actually saw one walking on our property, walking right along our fence line here a while back. And you just don't know. You know, this has nothing to do with the fact that he has that he's packing. It has nothing to do with that he's packing. You see packing all the time, but it's just people walking by, and you don't know their intentions. Are they walking by because he's having car trouble? Is he walking by because he's maybe trying to sell himself there at the truck stop? Is he walking by because he's, or is he pacing the place? Casing the place? Is he casing the place? Is he kind of walking down the highway to see if he can see anything that he can take off to the pawn shop? You never know. But the hardest thing about leaving your property, not knowing exactly sure what's going to happen while you're gone, is stuff just like that. So yeah, we keep our gates closed and locked. We have our camera set up around the perimeter of the RV so nothing can get in or out without us seeing it. We had our camera at the gate to see who comes up our gate. But remember, cameras are just a reactionary thing. Cameras are not always going to prevent things. Well, don't I feel like a big dummy? Guys, I did something that I feel horrible about. I accused that guy of maybe being up to no good. And in fact, I saw him standing there by his truck. As I left out, he's standing by his truck and he's trying to reattach a chain. I bet you he's a truck driver who lost a boom. You know, the boom or those cranks that you can latch up a chain. I guarantee you he lost something on his load, and he was probably walking trying to find it and pick it back up. And here I was assuming he was nothing. I'm so sorry, God. Please forgive me. Don't we do that all the time? No. How many of y'all are guilty of that? You just look at somebody and you assume the worst. I looked at that fella and I just assumed the worst. I didn't look at skin color. I didn't look at age or anything to do with, you know what? I just saw a man walking along the property, and immediately my mind went to friend or foe. And I just assumed that he may be up to no good. And in fact, he's just a truck driver who at some point here, as he was probably pulling over to the rest stop, ended up noticing that he lost a chain or had lost a boom or had lost something. And he's walking along the road trying to find it. And don't I feel like quite the jerk?
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.